Every season, there's a new meta, new weapon balancing adjustments, but there are still times where the top guns are left untouched and the new buff adjustments to the other guns are not enough to compete with them. And because of this, we're using almost the same guns every season. So in this video, we'll go over the top 10 non-meta guns that are actually decent and can even compete with the current meta. At the bottom of the list, we have the MP7. This gun have received buff adjustments in the previous updates, but it's only minimal. The MP7 holds the second fastest fire rate after the Vector, and this is a good alternative for that gun given that the Vector have received nerf adjustments enough for it to be removed in the meta. The MP7 deals 23 headshot damage, 22 upper body damage, and 16 damage on the lower body at 10 meters. This gun has a bass attachment, the heavy trigger, which increases the MP7's overall damage output, with a headshot damage of 32 and 23 damage to the upper and lower body. There's also an increase in recoil control but a slower fire rate from 6.7 to 5.7. This bass attachment is great but only if you land most of your shots on the head. The limb damage increase doesn't really affect how I use this gun since I aim mostly on the upper body right around the chest area. So if you ask me, I won't sacrifice the fire rate of this gun, and whether you'll use the bass attachment or not entirely depends on your playstyle and how you aim. These are the attachments. At 9th place, we have the Scar. I used this gun a lot before when I first started playing Bloodstrike way back the first or second season, but after the nerf adjustment on its range, I decided to explore other options to keep up with the meta. This gun deals 40 headshot damage, 31 damage on the upper chest area, 29 damage on the lower chest, and 28 damage on the lower body at 25 meters. This gun is still decent but only on mid-range fights. This will have a hard time against ARs with a fast fire rate in head-to-head fights, especially with the AUG. But if you play it smart and avoid direct exchange, you can still win given that the damage of the Scar is more superior than the other ARs for mid-range fights. These are the attachments. Next on the list, we have the File. This gun is known for its insane range, even higher than the M700 and Car 98. But it has a very slow fire rate, almost the same with the VSS. And a lot of players complain about how using it makes them a bit dizzy because of the recoil and scope animation when you shoot. And this is the main reason why it's not popular. This gun deals 49 headshot damage, 32 upper body damage, and 30 damage on the lower body even on enemies at 50 meters. This gun has a bass attachment, the twin bullet, and using this attachment changes the overall damage output of this gun. This now deals 29 headshot damage, 19 upper body damage, and 18 damage on the lower body. Since it's a twin bullet, the damage dealt is also times 2, though you'll have lesser bullets from 50 to 30 and also less ADS accuracy. But I think it only has a minimal effect and not that visible during gunfights. If you prefer to play on bigger maps like the Skyline and Desert Valley, this gun will give you an advantage in long-range fights, and it's a bit easier to track enemies because of the slower fire rate, almost identical when you're top firing. These are the attachments. Up next, we have the Galil. This gun used to be my favorite AR because of how balanced it is with its damage output, range, recoil control, and also because of its insane 100 mag capacity. But after the nerf adjustment on its damage, I switched to the Spear because of its consistent damage in longer distances, and it's one of the top ARs in the current meta. Though the Galil is still decent, especially in mid-range fights. So if you're looking for a stable gun with a good recoil control, then the Galil is for you. This gun deals 33 headshot damage, 29 damage on the upper body, and 26 damage on the lower body at 30 meters. These are the attachments. Next on the list, we have the CAG-6. This gun is more stable than the Galil and recoil is almost non-existent. The CAG-6 deals 28 headshot damage and 21 damage on the upper and lower body at 30 meters. The damage output is not that high, but what makes this gun stand out is because of its fast fire rate. If they buff the damage of this gun in future updates, then it will surely become a part of the meta. These are the attachments. At 5th place, we have the M4. The M4 is one of the assault rifles that has a decent recoil, and the recoil control has been further improved with the addition of the new bass attachment. This attachment also gives the M4 a faster ADS speed and ADS movement speed, so you'll be able to scope much faster and also move much better when you ADS. You'll become a much more difficult target to hit when you strafe while shooting. This is one of the reasons why I placed the M4 above the previous guns. And also I noticed the consistency of my shots in mid-range or long-range fights. Aim tracking is a lot easier, which means that the aim assist is greatly enhanced on the M4. These are the attachments. Up next, we have the INP9. There are actually better SMG options in the game, but what makes the INP9 a game changer is because of its armor-piercing magazine. So basically, you deal more damage on enemies with an armor. Normally, this gun deals 29 headshot damage and 22 damage on the upper and lower body. But if you use the BAS attachment, you can deal 38 headshot damage, 29 upper body damage, and 22 damage on the lower body. The damage output increase will only work on enemies with an armor. The moment their armor breaks, the damage also declines. And also with this attachment, you only have 30 bullets, so if you miss your shots, you'll be at a disadvantage. Focus on your aim and maximize the time to kill of the armor-piercing mag. These are the attachments. At third place, we have the RPK. This LMG was one of the guns that were at the top of the meta, but it got nerfed and received a damage reduction on the upper and lower chest, as well as on the abdominal area. It still deals 37 headshot damage and 20 damage on the lower body at 50 meters. Damage begins to drop on enemies at 60 meters and it only deals 33 headshot damage, 24 upper body damage, and 18 damage on the lower body. Aside from the damage reduction, the RPK suppression effect has also been reduced. Suppression is basically how much your screen shakes or your aim gets disrupted when you're being shot. This was the main reason why it became a part of the meta in the previous seasons. Despite the adjustments, the RPK is still decent. It's now balanced, not overpowered. A lot of players don't like the slow ADS speed of this gun, but this can be managed with pre-aiming and proper timing. These are the attachments. Up next, we have the AK-47. I've always included this gun in my top weapon list before. This is one of the balanced assault rifles that can be used both in mid-range and long-range. It deals high damage in all areas of the body, but it's outclassed by other ARs with its lower fire rate. This gun deals 44 headshot damage, 32 upper body damage, and 28 damage on the lower body at 30 meters. The damage begins to drop on enemies at 40 meters and it only deals 39 headshot damage and 28 damage on the upper body and 25 damage on the lower body. Despite the slower fire rate, the AK-47 still has a fast TTK because of its high damage and high burst potential. These are the attachments. At first place, we have the MCX and QBZ. Let's start with the MCX. Honestly, this gun was not on my radar until I decided to give it a try. It's like a combination of the M4 and CAG-6 but has a slightly higher damage. It has a faster TTK and can easily burst targets on mid-range gunfights. It's like an FN2000 with a longer range. This gun deals 34 headshot damage and 22 damage on the upper and lower body at 30 meters. The QBZ on the other hand received a buff enhancing its aim assist for mobile players. There's no adjustment on its damage and it still deals 40 headshot damage, 28 damage on the upper chest, and 26 damage on the other areas of the body at 25 meters. The QBZ has a shorter range and slower fire rate compared to the other ARs that are decent in mid-range fights, like with the MCX and AUG. But because of the enhanced aim assist, I noticed that the bullet spread is a bit narrower so shots land more consistently on your targets. These two assault rifles are a perfect alternative if you're tired of just using the AUG. These are the attachments. What are your thoughts on this list? Are these guns worth using despite not being part of the current meta? Comment down your thoughts and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.